Hello friends, welcome back to Vue JS tutorial. In this video, we are going to discuss about what is slot in Vue JS and how it's actually working, what are types of slot. I will discuss each and everything with example. Okay, so what is actually the slot? Actually, slot is associated with the component base. Means to describe slot, basically we need multiple components where we have one is child component, one is parent component. Okay, actually slot allows you to pass content from a parent component into a child component's template sections. Okay, so if you check here, you can see this is the template section and this is the script sections. So actually it concentrate about the template sections. Okay, so think of it as a placeholder in your component and that gets filled with the content provided by the parent. Okay, so basically there are three types of slot in Vue. I will discuss each and everything step by step. So let's open the notepad and I will write the three type of slot. Actually we have one, that is default slot. Then we have the named slot, and another is like you can say scoped slot. Okay, so basically there are three types of slot. I will discuss in this video each and everything with the example. Okay, so after that you will clear the slot concept. Now first thing first, so I just going to discuss the default slot. Okay, so what is default slot? The default slot is the basic placeholder inside a component that gets replaced by content provided by the parent. So we don't understand what I going to say. Okay, so let's create. So I think you can understand this is the app view you will get when you install your applications, and I will use app view as a parent component, and I will create another component which will be which will treat as a child component. So let's create a file. Suppose you write anything. Write alert box dot view. So this is my second component. Actually, will be the child component. Okay. So this is the template sections, and let's introduce the script sections, and this is the script sections. Okay, so this is alert box, and in the script sections just define anything, so we don't need script right now. And here I just going to define the basic slot. So here just use this slot tag. Okay, so what actually go inside this slot tag? So this is as a child component and this is our parent component. Now just import these things to use the alert box into your as a child component to the parent component. So simply write import and here write alert box from components alert box. Okay, and now register this alert box into your component sections. You already understand or you already know. And here I have imported these things, and let's call this alert box from the parent component. Okay, so here we have a tag that is the component name alert box. So let's call these things alert box and close this. And here I just want to put something. This is alert box, we already write it here. Now I just going to write here p tag, and this is message from parent component. Okay, now inside the alert box we have written these things, and here inside the alert we have created the slot. So now you can see your parent data will go inside these slot sections. So just go here. This is alert box and this is message from parent component. So here we have not used any props or we have not used any emits, like so basically we communicate from component to component, means one component to another component using the props or emits, but we don't need these things. Okay, so this is the basic kind of slot. This is the default slot in Vue, means whatever we will write inside here, means inside this tag, all will replace into the slot. So I just going to write another thing. Suppose let's say another p. This is another message. Okay, so it will go inside here. This is another message. So if you write something after the slot, I just written these things after the slot. Also I just take into the p sections. It is good practice actually. Always you need to mention the tag so that it will go great. Okay, now just copy this. Here you can see this is alert box and this is slot end. Okay, and this is actually the slot tag, and here we will push all the things which we have inside this. So simply just go and you can see all are pushed actually in the slot section. So this is the default slot. Next I am going to discuss about another things. Next topic is the named slot. Okay, so we understand the default slot. So done. Now named slot. Up to this, if you have any queries about default slot, you can come at me. So next is named slot. So named slot is something that is more specific. Means it's actually allowed to define multiple sections of a component that can be filled separately. So let's take an example. Suppose I just going to create layout, means I just going to create another component, and let's create a new file. Suppose I just going to create a layout type of things, that is header, footer, body. Okay, so base layout dot view. Okay, so just close this, and we are not using these things. So I just removing this, and we are not restoring. Okay, now in the base template sections, just create the template, and here just create a div, and inside a div I just going to create some sections like header, footer, right? So here simply write header sections, and inside the header I just going to create the slot. Suppose the slot, this name is header, and let's create another slot like footer. So simply write FWT footer, and let's use here, and you can name the footer. So the two slot, one is header slot, another is footer slot, and let's use the default slot also. So here write another slot, so which we already learned. So this is for default slot. Now I want to push the data into the header sections, footer section, and the body sections. Okay, so this will use as a body. Okay, so how we can do this? So let's import this first. Import base layout. Okay, and let's register this into the component sections, and here we will use the base layout. So here inside the template, just write base layout and just close base layout. Okay, now we will call all the sections, we will call all the slots by the name. That's the reason it's actually called the name slot. So here you can see this is inside the template sections we are calling. So now here we just going to define another template, and let's inside the template we will write the name as we have the name, that is header. So whatever we will write in this section, it will go under the header slot, and this will go under the footer slot. Okay, and I want to use another things, means for body purpose we are just going to use in this way. So for body, we can write this is body. Okay, and here you can just write this is header, and here write this is footer. Okay, so this header section will this header part, this header text will come into this under header slot, this footer will come into the footer slot, and this is the default slot. So this actually the named slot, and this actually the default slot. These are the default slots, you already know. Okay, now just go and let's see. So this is header, this is body, and this is the footer. You don't need to mention the order actually. So you can run any place inside the base layout. So just inside the base layout you can run. So I changed the order, and now you will get the same things. Actually, it will push into the footer, it will push into the header, and it will push into the body section for default slot. Okay, so here you can see, you can see from by inspecting. So simply right, just go into here and inspect. You can see this is body, this is a default slot, and inside the header section we are getting this is header, and inside the footer we are getting this is footer. Okay, so I just pass data from the header name, from the footer name, and this is the default. So hope you can understand what are the purpose of named slot. These interesting things. Suppose you are going to create any applications, and that time for a particular part, means in the menu section, the header section, the footer section, whatever we want to write, whatever we want to pass, we can pass through the named slot, right? So you can understand what is named slot. If you have any queries about default slot, named slot, you can comment me. Okay, I will try to explain, or I will try to answer in this manner. Okay, so default slot and name slot is done. The next thing is scoped slot. This is an interesting thing. Okay, so scope slot is what? So what is scope slot? The scoped slot is when a child component provides data to the parent through the slot. Means I will pass the data from child to parent. Here we are passing data from parent to child, but the scope slot is something different. We will pass the data from child component to parent. So let's take an example. We are closing this again, and we are trying to give an example with a different files, so that you can understand better. Okay, no conflict between them. Now I just going to create another components. Let's say the student component. Okay, so student, student, student component dot view. Okay, so let's use this student component here. Import, import, and here write student component, and let's add in the student component, and here we are just restoring in the component sections. Okay, so this is a parent component, this is a child component, and here we just going to use the template, and all the things we will do from the here. So here I will pass the student component, this is the child component. I will pass the child component data to the parent component. So let's use some script, and here I will just going to export default. Okay, so simply write export default. I need some script from here. Okay, so that's the reason I just added the script. Okay, and let's use the data, and here just define some things. Means here I just going to define some data like students data, and there may have multiple data, so I just going to add the array. Okay, so here write id 1 2 3 whatever. Okay, so student or here write Rose, then write Jack, then write Jill, whatever. Okay, so I just created three things. Now I just going to print these things through the slot. So here just create the slot, and here I just going to print this in this way. Okay, so slot V for student in students. So this is the students, and I want to get this student from here. And now we need some keys for loop operation. So simply write key $key student dot id, and I just going to pass these things student into the student. Now inside the app view we will get all the things as a student. Okay, so we are passing these things as a student. So simply just call this. So here write the student component, and inside the student component just define the template, and here just write as default, and we will get all the things as a student. Okay, and let's close the template. So we have data into the child component, and we will get access of that things from the parent component. So how? So you can understand, inside the student we will get, so we are getting from the slot. Okay, now just here inside the student all the things, means all the id name, all the objects are there. So we are getting the id name, hello student name. Okay, and also if you want to print the id also we can print. So simply just go with id hello student name with id student id. So refresh this. So we are getting hello with id. Actually it's not printing. Why not printing? Because here we need to add these things. After that it will actually work. So hello Rose id 1, hello Jack with id 2, hello Jill with id 3. So in this way, actually in these brasses you want to you need to use that thing. So just default and the student. Okay, so hope you can understand this slot. Also this is a scoped slot. So all the three things means default slot, name slot, and scope slot is done. So you can understand what are slots and what are types of slot and how to use that slot, and what are the difference between the three types of slot. Okay, so basically the slot is used to push some content, some data from parent to child, or if you want to pass some data from uh, child to parent, use the scoped slot also. Okay, so hope you can understand, and hope you like this video. And still if you have any queries about this video, please comment me in below comment sections. I will try to answer as soon as possible. Okay, so please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.